Alright, yeah, welcome to my first tutorial. And in my first tutorial, I'm going to show you how to make an LG logo. First and foremost, let's see how the LG logo looks like. This is how it looks like. We have L and G. The L is inserted into the G with a small dot by the left top hand side of the L, all white. The L, the G, the small dot are all white and all placed on a red circular background. Alright, so let's kickstart. I'm kickstarting that. This is my new workspace, so I go click on the ellipse tool or F7. So clicking on that, I drag that, I bring it to my workspace. I click on, I press Ctrl on the window key, then the left mouse, and I drag that to my desired shape of circle. So I release that. Alright, so I'm going to duplicate this. Duplicating this, I press Ctrl D, and that duplicates that. Then press P to centralize. Then the first circle, press P and centralize. So they are all centralized. Now we are going to drag one of the circles in to form a smaller circle. Now we have 6 square black shapes at the edges, so I'm going to move my mouse on any of them, preferably the one at the top right hand side. Then I hold on to my Alt and my left mouse, then I drag that in. I think this is okay. Then I move it in something like this. So gotten a smaller circle inside a bigger circle. So I'm going to increase the outline of the smaller circle. Already we have 0.5, but I'm going to increase that to 10. So increase that to 10, you have this. But looking at the LG logo, you have the L and the G on the red background, and the L and the G are all white color. So I'm going to change the outline color. So I'm using Corel Draw 2017. So I come down here, you can see 2 arrows pointing towards the right. So I click on it to reveal my outline options. So I click on the outline pen, then go to outline color, and I wait for that to open up the color palette. And this is the color palette. I click on it, then I move this up to white. I click on the box containing white, that's the color. Then I click OK, and you can see you can't see anything. Then click on the outer circle, which is the bigger circle, then change the color to red, and that's what you have. Now, how do I get the other out? Actually, I messed this up from the beginning. Okay, fine. Let me go back. Alright, so you've already gotten this. Then you can move this out. Alright, so this is red. Now what this means is that the smaller one is underneath. So I'm going to bring it up. I click on it. I right click, go to order, then bring forward. That's what we got. So I move it in again, and this is what I have. But this is not a perfect way to do it, but actually yes, I've gotten this. Now I go back, my white outline, I'm going to get that. So outline, go to color, then wait for it to pop up, then you select white. I'm actually waiting for the color palette to come. Okay, fine, that's it. So I move this to reveal the white palette is already here. So I click on OK, and I've gotten this. Now I'm going to go up. You can say this is an ellipse tool. This is like a quadrant, and a quarter of it is cut off. So I'm going to click on that. Then it's going to give me something like this. Alright, giving me something like this is actually taking us closer to where we're going to. But actually, this is not how it needs to face. So I'm going to mirror that by clicking on this, and that changes it to something I need exactly. So alright, so the white outline is still selected. So what do? I need to convert that to curve by right clicking. I right click on it and I convert that to curve, or I press Ctrl Q, and that's converted to curve. So I go to my shape tool, or I press F10. Okay, on that, so I'm going to click on the box at the top of the white outline. So I click on it and right click. I move down on the dialog box to break apart. Then I move down to the middle. Then I move like 1/3 the length of the radius. So I click on it, I left click, then right click on that. Then I break it apart. Now breaking that apart, what do I do next? Alright. Okay, so you can see this. Look at my mouse. So I'm going to click that. That's to break apart. Or I click on the outline white. I right click on it, and as I right click on it, you see an option there, break curve apart, or you press Ctrl K. So I click on it, and that's exactly what I have. Then alright, okay, fine. So I click out, then I click on the shape containing the L. So clicking on it actually has given me the L I want, and that's it. So when I have an L and a G, so I need to get my white circle. So I click on the ellipse tool, white dot. I click on the ellipse tool, hold on to Control, left mouse, then I drag that a little, I release, then go to the right, the color palette, and choose white. And already that is what we have. You can zoom that by pressing Z, then zoom it in. Alright, you can see that's already what we have. Then alright, so we've gotten our shape, we've gotten our logo, but we need to actually group them. So how do I group them? I click out, then I click outside the workspace or outside the logo. Then I hold on to my left mouse and drag that all over it. Then it's selected, I press on. But before then, we need to remove the outline of the outer circle. So I click on the outer circle, go up here, the outline width is 0.5, so choose none, and that's actually what we need. Then drag that on it, then press on Ctrl G, and that's a perfect one. And you move it around, you see everything is moving, and you can press P to centralize that. So we now have our LG logo, and that's it. So thank you very much for actually watching this tutorial, my first tutorial. And if you need more tutorial, if you like the tutorial, you can click on the comment box and just leave your comment. And also you can actually subscribe for more tutorial on this. And after clicking on subscribe, please don't forget to click on the bell by the right, so that will notify you for the next tutorial. But actually, before I close the tutorial, there's something I need to do. Now the dot is still having an outline, so what do? I drag this empty space and drag it on it, and press my Ctrl U to ungroup that. Then what do? I go back to that smaller circle, which is dot. Then I go up to the outline size, I press none, then fine, then I drag back again to group all together, and I've gotten it perfectly. Then press P to centralize. Thank you very much for watching this tutorial. God bless. Thank you.